friends, I hope you had a wonderful long weekend. Here in South Africa we had the long weekend on yesterday, Monday the 1st of May, and also last week Thursday. So yeah, they say South Africa is one of the countries with the most public holidays. Not complaining. So I wanted to show you. Look at this, guys, look at this. It is our last section of doing Beautifully Broken. Can you believe it? This is all that's left. So I thought, why not? Let's do this last section together. So hopefully we can finish this. There's a bit of color blocking on the side, meaning there's a lot of symbols here with the same in the same area, and there's only a little bit of confetti here. So let's give it a try and see how far we get. But I am so excited to finish this, and then I will do a post-review video to show you the whole thing. So I'm putting you on a different angle. We're in a different room now. This is on my drafting table, but I laid it flat, so not at an angle, so that the natural light shines nicely through. So if you hear some birds in the background, our sliding doors is open to the yard and the swimming pool, and yeah, the birdies just love the greenery and the water and everything outside. If you hear my puppies walking around here or making some noises, I just gave them, I think, too many munchies. Yeah, so it is our time. Let me see. So I gave it to them just past 3:15 for, you know, that 3 o'clock tea time munchies, but I think I gave them too much. So and they're very possessive about their munchies, and Snowy would sometimes growl. So if you hear then you know it's him growling at Nanaki. He doesn't like sharing. I can't blame him. I'm an only child and I also struggle with sharing, but that's another story. So let's get going. But before we do, just first things out of the way, please guys, if you before you leave this video, leave me a thumbs up so that I know and YouTube's algorithm knows that this content is what people like. And also, if you're not already subscribed, please consider to subscribe and join our community, because I do love yeah, making these videos, and it's just so nice to meet other people. So that's all. I'm not getting anything out of this video except enjoyment, sharing my hobby, and meeting new people which I never would have met in real life. So let's get going. Oh, isn't this like a cell phone film, like a new cell phone or something you're taking out? Listen to that. Oh goodness. And we're not using a cover minder because it's not necessary. It's the last one. So I already put out what I'm going to do first. So I like to put my special ABs on first with a tweezer. These ones I got from our lovely local Minette. And everybody in South Africa knows about Minette Petersen. So I got a few of these 310 ABs from her. So I love the containers they come in, don't you think? I'm definitely going to reuse them for some of my other special crystals and so on I got from other places, which comes in baggies. So I'm just pouring some out. I like to pour way more out than I'm going to need, because with ABs, it stands for Aurora Borealis. It depends on how the light is shining, but look at this, for instance. Let's just get a few of them lined up. So some of them look more yellow or bronze, some of them more blue, some of them more green. So it depends what you are going for. I like to be in control of the colors that shine on here. So let's see what's going on here. I would sometimes just, like for instance, this is a beautiful one. Goodness, it's more blue. It's like a deep blue. So I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, so I just basically go on, if I see like I don't want to use the same colors, I like them to go in gradients, and I just use that. And yeah, you can also see why I like to do this first. I'm just using my finger to press them down a little bit, because there's no other drills around them. just easier. So, I know I didn't put out a second video last week. I really wanted to, but things were really hectic. So it was my mom's last week staying with us. As I previously mentioned in other videos, my mom broke her hip last year, and yeah, I've just been taking care of her and taking her to the doctors and for scans. So she got the last scan. And guys, I know some of you were sending good vibes and thoughts and prayers that everything came out fine. And thank you so much, because it did. And I'm so, so grateful. So the doctor said that it is the textbook case study thought it would be. So she did the last scan she did was an MRI scan with contrast. So that's where they inject you with, they say it's like magnetic chemical or whatever. So the MRI just picks up more, I don't know guys, I'm not a doctor, but you get a pre-contrast scan and a post-contrast scan. And the post-contrast is just, it shows the muscles, everything, like the nerves. So without that, it just shows, you know, your skeleton, the bone and so on. So this gives more detail. So it's put in a drip form in your arm, and they inject the contrast, which is this magnetic sort of, it just flows very quickly into your arteries and veins and whatever. And yeah, the machine, the scanner, can just pick it up very quickly. So it's the most detailed scan you can get, and she got that. And if there was anything bad, like a tumor or something, it would have shown up on that. And it feels like a mountain off my shoulders to say that there was nothing like that picked up. I'm so, so relieved. So she has to go on with medication for a few months. So the reason why she went is she has I think it's a neuralgia. I'm sorry, I don't know what the term really is and how to say it. I might be badgering it. But she has a neuralgia in her in her right cheek. So it gives her toothache and a lot of pain on the cheek. Okay, that's everything. A lot of pain on the cheek. And it was a very long process. You guys don't understand. So we thought it was a tooth issue. And it wasn't a tooth issue. But they didn't know what it was. So obviously she felt the most pain in her teeth. So they had to eliminate first if it's not a tooth issue. And then they said we went to a dental specialist, and he looked at the scans as well. So they do 2D and 3D scans at the dentist. Here I'm just using my 666 crystals now for the little bit of crack in there, and then we're going to the diamonds. So yeah, he said that we can definitely eliminate from those scans that it's not a tooth issue, and that's how we ended up at the neurologist and went for the MRI scan. So I'm just doing this. Look at that, so pretty. Guys, just on this point, I was looking at DP with Sparkler's website. I think, when was it? Over the weekend. But they special draws, like there's a category special draws. it looks like this. And these crystals I got from Also Crafty here in South Africa. I'll just link that description, that website in my description as well of this video, so you can go and check that out. So I haven't seen the crystals on Manette's website at MTT or Pashkapit, so I usually look for the crystals on Also Crafty, and then for the AB drills and so on with Manette. Manette actually stays very close to me. Those 310 ABs and stuff, I actually drove to her house to go pick them up to save on delivery costs, but she wasn't there, so her house aide helped me, and she opened up the magical room. Guys, I was like, when I saw all of the diamond painting accessories. Think about sweets from heaven, when you're like craving a sweet and you walk in there and you can take a scoop and a baggie and you can just scoop out any sweetie that you want. It's like literally, it felt like that childish. Oh my god, where am I now? I am in diamond paintings for heaven. Felt like that. But any guys, it was so cool to see. Going off the point, but yeah, this is where I get my crystals and my ABs. But I looked on DP for Sparklers website because there's some events going on and people are talking about enhancement drills. Now these are enhancement drills because you bling your canvas up, you enhance it. So they have, and when I zoom really in and magnify, I swear the special drills look like these crystals with the silver backing, exactly like this. And then obviously ABs look like ABs. So I don't know, like I was searching, my friend Sumay, she said to me I should look at the color Raven. So I searched for it, but I couldn't find it. I found some pewters, and you guys, I'm looking for gold. So Also Crafty, what are we gonna do next? I think all of these ones. So Also Crafty has a metallic gold, and I'm a bit scared in the sense that if one of you guys have used that before, the metallic ones from Also Crafty, let me know, because I'm scared because it's different than the crystals. So I'm scared that it can take scratches and stuff very easily, or it can come with some marks, scratches, because it looks like a coating, you know, like not like diamonds and like the crystals is made of a material and diamonds is made of a material, and AB has a coating. And I have thrown some of these ABs away, but I mean, it's normal, it's the manufacturer, it's not the seller, but it's very little that I get something that is like some of these ABs might have a black hole or something, you know, like the coating didn't cover everything. So I know Manette stuff is good, but except for the crystals and normal, oh, glow in the dark, I also got a big bag of glow in the dark diamonds from Also Crafty. But except for that, I haven't tried a metallic one yet, and I'm just, yeah, a bit scared of that. But I do want gold ones, but I don't want it to look, I wish I can get a gold crystal because I like the translucency, you know. I'm a bit reluctant to try something and it makes my painting look a bit, I don't want to say the word tacky, but I hope you guys know what I mean. I'm saying this because I found that once I place like this canvas is Diamond Art Club board glue. Yeah, that it's very sticky. So when I place the crystals with a silver backing on this heavy sticky canvas, and I tried to pick one up because it went totally skew, the silver backing came off and I got such a fright because you could see the foil sitting on the canvas, and when I touch the canvas where the foil is sitting, obviously it's not sticky, but there's some sticky part left on the crystal, so I could put the same crystal back. Yeah, so in that way I can't say something is exceptional quality. Do you guys agree? I don't want to say, again, I know this comes from a manufacturer. I'm not saying critical bad stuff about our wonderful local suppliers. They just get it from the manufacturer and they won't know if we don't give our opinions. So I tested this and I saw this happening. So it now makes me a bit nervous to put down an enhancement crystal on a premium canvas where if I'm unsure if I want to use that crystal, you know, because I'm one of those people that it's one of the reasons why I love board glue, is that I can test how the color looks, and then if I don't like it I can take it off and I can do something else there or put the original there. But now I saw when I take off these crystals, the silver backing is left on the glue and it's not sticky on the canvas anymore. Yeah, so I'm glad that I have decided to go with the red crystals on the cracks, but otherwise I would have been a bit screwed. I know you can use baby wipes, but like I remember I saw it was skew and it was in between like where I already placed diamonds, so it wasn't like a there in the middle, you know, and I can take a baby wipe and go crazy. It's like between other diamonds, so I would have had to pick them off to get in there, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm using my 7 placer. I know you can't see the tray, but this is such a small section and I wanted to zoom in on this so the tray doesn't fit in the screen as well. But it's just my normal, look at my previous WIP and chats and videos on this kit. I'm using my lilac colored R&R 3D printing diamond painting tray from my friend Julene. I'll also put her link in the description of this video. And then I'm just using my 2 Diamond Art Club diamond painting pens. So what's the biggest multi-placer that you guys have used? I have tried a 9 placer, but I for some reason like a 7 placer the most. So you'll see on all my kitting apps and when I diamond paint that I always use 2 pens, one of these ones that came with in your basic toolkit, and I like to put the 7 placer on it, and no wax or putty in the single placer. So this is the one that I correct my diamonds with. And then in my pretty diamond painting pens, my premium ones, I like to use, that's the single placer tip I'll use, so I'll put a steel tip in that one, and then I'll use a 4 multi-placer tip. So for this, like everywhere you'll see where I leave out 4 or less, that's where I'm going to use that 4 multi-placer. It's such a nice day here. If you hear my doggies, they literally bark at leaves, at feathers. Like, I don't know if it's a Yorkie thing or just a small dog thing, puppy thing. I'm guessing it's a Yorkie thing. I saw a photo on Facebook on one of the Yorkie groups I belong to, and the woman like rates stars of like characteristics, and one of them is being loud, and it's like 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm like, I don't really agree. I think it's 5 out of 5. They are so observant and fine hearing that it's a good thing in my opinion, because they are very awake and let you know if they hear something. So I like that. We stay in a security complex, so I got them. I wanted companion doggies, and not big guard dogs, but I do think I told you I am very allergic to dogs, and so Yorkies are quite hypoallergenic, and I can tell you from my own experience, because our friends Jack Russells can just come near me and I burst out in sneezing hysteria and a rash on my arms or whatever is not covered, and it's quite bad. My allergies are quite bad, but my Yorkie babies have given me no issues, and like I say, I am so sensitive. So they're not even the number one. I know you don't get something like a hypoallergenic, but the closest feature of that in a dog. So I have literally no reaction to them, and I promise you they get lots of kisses from mommy, so I couldn't do that with any other dog. Speaking of, it was so sad. My mom once wanted a doggy. So last year, I said to her, because I have this allergy, but she didn't want a Yorkie or a poodle, or a Bichon Frise or a Schnauzer or any of those that's sort of on the hypoallergenic list, because I'm saying that she must take me into consideration as when she's coming to visit us or ask her. She's going to bring her doggy, we're going to bring ours, and like I said, I literally can't. It's just too much for me, the allergies. So I want to be able to play with the doggy, pick him up, give him kisses, that sort of thing. And so I found, my mom wanted a Jack Russell, and they're short-haired, so they're not hypoallergenic. But then I found you get a long-haired or a wire-haired Jack Russell. And there was a lady, a breeder close to us, so we stay in Cape Town, and she's in Malmesbury. And I contacted her. The breed is so rare, like uncommon in South Africa. I think I found 2 breeders in South Africa, these wire-haired Jack Russells. Now, it sounds like a very quick, oh, let's do this. No, I took a long time to research this and to find my mom, to find a halfway, you know, compromise. She gets a Jack Russell, I get a hypoallergenic addition to the family. And remember, my mom is elderly, so if something happens to her, and the smaller doggies do have a long lifespan, then we will obviously take him or her in, so for that reason as well. And then the breeder said, you're cool, she'll put us on the waiting list because there's a big waiting list. And I said, okay, so when do you estimate? That was the start of last year. And she said it might go a year or a bit longer. I'm like, wow. She said, yeah, she's definitely not gonna be able to help us in last year. So the week before last week, 2 weeks ago, she contacted me. Like, it's more than a year later. I've totally forgotten about this. And she sent me a message saying, there's a litter now, and if your mom is still interested, there's like one that you can take, adopt. And I asked my mom, but this is now after my mom had a hip replacement. She's walking really difficultly still, and where she lives, that's the biggest issue. There's no vet in the town, so if something happens in the middle of the night or suddenly, there's no quick help, so she will have to go to like an hour's drive or something to the nearest one. So I think that's a bit messed up of a small town not having a live-in veterinary person, but it is what it is. So and yeah, she can't drive and stuff just changed all over. So I still said to her mom, I didn't omit this from her. I said to her mom, the lady with the wire-haired Jack Russells just messaged me and asked if she wants a baby because they're a week old, and we can go take a look if we want, and she can pick one. And my mom was like, oh, she wishes she could. She wishes really like she could, but she doesn't think that it's possible anymore. So I told the lady the circumstances, and she said, and I told her, listen, my mom is elderly, and when I asked you about the doggies, circumstances were different, and circumstances suddenly changed. But at that time I was really like surprised and a bit disappointed about how long the waiting period is. But in my mom's case, I actually think it was a good thing, a blessing in disguise, because if we took one last year, then, and she couldn't take care of him now, what now, you know? So, and if we get a third doggy, I want another Yorkie. So, yeah, I had to tell the lady, no, sorry. So that was a disappointment for my mom. I could see, I felt so sorry for her, but yeah, it's just one of those things. That's also why I want my mom closer to me. So she went back to her home yesterday. No, sorry. Today is Tuesday, 2nd of May. Yesterday was Monday, the 1st of May, our public holiday. She went home the Sunday because we thought the roads wouldn't be as busy as like on the last day of a long weekend or whatever. So friends of hers that also stays in the same town as she, we met them halfway. So I thought that was really, really nice of them. We obviously paid them petrol money, but yeah, they're just really like willing to drive out on a Sunday. And we people like normally like to chill out on a Sunday afternoon and like, yeah, take a nap or whatever, but they drove all the way. So I was really grateful about that, because our one baby, Nanaki, barks all the time in the car. We don't know if it is because he thinks he's going to the vet, or if he's just so excited about this drive and it's like woohoo, but in his language it's like ruff, 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 ruff. I promise you there's not a lot of breathing in between those wuff, 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 wuffs. Very high pitched voice. So I can't deal with a 5-hour drive with that high pitch in such a small space. And then on the other hand, our other baby, Snowy, he is a vomiter. The moment the car moves, he's like bleh. And I feel so sorry for him. So when he's a bit older, we're gonna get him some nausea, car sick pills, motion sickness pills, what they call. But he's too small yet to get them. Our veterinary doctor, he also has a Yorkie, and he said, no, his Yorkie also is a bleh. And unfortunately, like, yeah, it's better to not give them motion sickness meds for when they're so little. So yeah, we can get him an injection which lasts for 24 hours, but what's that gonna do when we have to drive back and there's no veterinarian in my mom's town, like I said? So yeah, and they don't give injections out to people to give it themselves, so bit of a problem. And also my mom's yard is not doggy proof, so that has me worried a bit. She bakes and her customers, as she calls them, just comes in the front gate of the yard and they leave it open. Car is running, maybe they're like maybe coming to pick something up or whatever, and then hello. My babies keep coming to say hello to me. They're so lovable, so loving. And any case, so they are very limited in there. Like here they can roam about in the garden, and because the gates and everything is like locked from the inside and all of that. But yeah, at my mom's it's just difficult. So that's why we can't really drive all the way to her home and drive back. Also, it's a bit far for you like really a whole day on the road, and it really takes it out of you. Like, it's a very exhausting trip. So yeah, I said to her, we'll pay the petrol for people to bring her halfway. We leave the doggies at home. You go pick her up there. We all drink coffee together or lunch, whatever. And then we go our separate ways again. So it's working. And we'll probably do that from now on. But I feel guilty because I spoke to a real estate agent now that my mom's home. The first evening she was back home, she called us. She was frantic because she couldn't switch on the television. She forgot how. So I had to send her a picture of the TV remote, normal universal TV remote, and showed her, Mom, every remote you have has a power button, and this is it. And I circled the button to show her this is the symbol of the power button, and it's normally red, but yeah, look for the symbol. Oh, okay, she got it. So it's stuff that like that has me and my husband worried that she's getting older and you forget stuff, but that's very basic stuff. Like, and every time she calls me and I answer the phone, it's like, and I'm thinking the worst, because she's like, it's me. And I'm like, Mom, I know it's you. Your name appears on my phone. It literally says Mom calling. Like, she doesn't understand that. But it's probably like for all older people, but they didn't grow up in the technological age. But still, it's like basic stuff. She's very dependent on me, and it's really frustrating for us to feel so helpless to not be able to help her. You understand? Not frustrating that she asks for help, it's frustrating that we're not close enough to help her. So for instance, she has, like in South Africa, DSTV, and she has an Explorer. We don't have an Explorer. Now she also don't know how to work that. She forgot. Okay, but that's something we can't explain over the phone because we don't have an Explorer. So normally if she struggles with something we don't have, we'll just play around and figure it out. But we're not there or close by or can quickly go there, so we can't help her, and that's what's frustrating to us. So this whole time that she's been here with us, I've kept saying, Mom, we must sell the house. We must sell our house. You must move closer to us. You can stay with us temporarily, like however long it takes to find you a place you love close to us. My goal is a beautiful retirement village where she has people of her own age around her. It's pet friendly, so she can take care of our doggies. We can take them to her when we go to work, or we can bring her to us, or she has a little garden because she loves gardening. So I keep saying this to her. No, she wants to go back home. She wants to go to her friends. So I'm feeling very insulted that she picks her friends over her daughter. For everything we do for her, drive her around, taking leave from work, all of that, like, no, but she has friends there. I'm like, Mom, your friends come for tea, what, like an hour, maybe 2 hours, or you go to them on a Sunday and you eat lunch together and you make turns doing that, whatever, hosting, but then they go. They're not 24 hours there. When she's here with us, like, there's always noise. There's always, like, the dog is barking. Me and my mom both have loud voices. We talk a lot. We like to stream on Netflix or Disney Plus. Like, there's always something. And there's so much to do here, and there's doctors here. That's the biggest thing. And she's like, no, but her friends help her. But I'm like, Mom, like, I understand people say they will help you, and you can call any time of the day or night that they can come and help you if you hear something, or there's a noise and whatever. But you might not get hold of them quick enough, or she might fall or something happens and she can't get to the phone. Like, nobody will know if that happens, you know? And I'm very grateful for her friends, but I can't ask people the whole time to like go and check in on my mom, or you know, like they think she's fine. They don't hear her when she calls me at night and says I must hold on. She's hearing something in the other side of the house. So she lives in a very big house. Do you know what a type of mini heart attack I get on this side when she tells me to hold on, and I hear how she's walking and opening up doors, and she says because she's hearing something. I'm like freaking out because there's absolutely nothing I can do. And imagine you must hear something like that over the phone. Like, I can't. You can go and lock me up in an asylum then. Like, I can't. So they think she's fine, her friends. But her friends, you know, her best friends, they all still have their partners. So they have to go back home to make food, or, you know, they have partners, they have other people. She has nobody. So when they leave, she's alone, and she calls us at night. She feels lonely, you know. It's just, they don't hear that. They see her smiling and, you know, prepared for a visit, because they said they would come and visit, and she puts out the tea and makes herself, you know, dresses up, and she looks fine. But it's not the case. And after my father died, people actually told me that the best thing I could do for her is leave her on her own. Like, leave her there. And my dad made me promise him that I would not leave her alone in that big house. And you know how he haunts me every freaking day. And my mom just, I don't know, that she have selective hearing. Like, when I tell her this, Dad made me promise that I will not leave you alone in this big house when he is not there anymore. Like, I must come and fetch you, and you come to us, and we find you a place close to us, because it's not his expectation that she stays with us permanently, but she needs to be near us. And I agreed with him. If it was the other way around, my dad is he ran everything. It's just that generation. So he was more independent. He managed the finances and just everything. So now I do that for her. And we bought a house last year. So imagine now managing 2 houses. So I'm getting the municipal statements and all of that for my mom's house. I put it in a folder, and I access online banking, and I'm in charge of her savings and all of that, making sure that I transfer them to her savings account and all of that, and just making sure, you know, that there's a growing nest egg. And when I see she's spending too much, telling her that she must slow down. that's not nice. No. So, and then people still told me, leave your mom there, it's the best thing for her. No, they don't understand that how dependent she is on others. And I know people say like, yeah, but let people, like, leave them alone, let them make mistakes and start learning to be independent. My mom was married for 50 years. 50. And my dad ran everything, managed everything. How are you going to literally teach an old dog new tricks? Like, how am I going to get that out of her so that she becomes independent? That's not happening. And it makes me so upset that people say it's the best thing to do for her, and they have no idea how much it stresses me out, how much it influences my mental health, my health, to know that she's all alone there. So I spoke to a real estate agent, and I want to start rolling the ball process of selling the house. So this is my question. Like, people have, I was born very late, so my parents were older than other kids' parents. So this is also the thing. My mom is not in her 60s. She is turning 71 this year. So when do you take away a parent's car keys because they can't drive anymore and they're too stubborn to realize it or give it up, so you have to take it away? When do you reach the point when you have to say to a parent, if I have to drag you out of your house now, I'm going to do it, but you're not staying there anymore on your own? And I'm not going to put her on the street. I'm not going to, like, we stay in a stunning security complex. There's like so much to do in here. She can go walk. There's like a dam just a few houses away from us. Like, it's beautiful here. Like, people fish there at the dam, and picnics, and people walk. There's a gym, there's salons, beauty and hair, and there's a gym. There's so much to do just inside the complex, and not even mentioning about stuff outside. Like, just, I'm not going to put her in a prison, but she keeps referring to, when I say a beautiful retirement village, I want to get her a beautiful place to stay in a retirement village, like a apartment with a flat with a garden, and you know, like, beautiful, small but beautiful, modern, close to us, Wi-Fi, you know, all of that. And she keeps mentioning that I want to put her in an old age home. Now, you know the difference between an old age home and a retirement village. Come on now. Because they put my grandfather, and if I say they, my dad and my mom, I was still in primary school, and they put him in an old age home because they're in the rural suburb areas where she stays. There is no retirement villages, but in the town there's an old age home. So that was way back the only thing there was, and still is. And I understand she doesn't know anything else, and it was really bad. It was dark passages. It was like, you can just feel, it's so depressive. Like, people were just waiting, basically. It's like when you send elderly people there, it's like just a matter of time. And I didn't believe it. I was like, why are people thinking that? But I saw it. My granddad, I think, was 2 or 3 years there, and then he passed away. So I think that's what she's thinking we want to do. And I tell her, Mom, it's gonna look like this, like where we stay now, this village, security village that we're in. It's gonna look like this, with vineyards in here, with freaking fountains and dams and walkways and like lifestyle center where you play games and book clubs and stuff with other people your age. It's like, it freaking sounds so much fun, you know? Like, and yeah, so that's where I am now. It feels weird, one, that my mom isn't here. The house is empty. I miss her a lot. The doggies grew very attached to her, especially Snowy. He is our anxiety baby, and he just always like wanted her to pick him up, and I feel so sad for him. He like goes and sniffs at her door, at her bedroom door where she stayed, and like wanting to see if she's there. That's so sad. So I just want the best for my mom. And when is that point when you feel like you have to force your parent to give them the best that you know they need? But she's gonna be angry and not like it. But I can't go on like this. I can't do this anymore, where we are so far from her. If a light bulb needs to be replaced, or small stuff. Like, I asked the friends that if they get to the house, please just walk with her in the house, outside, to make sure everything's fine. Like, don't just drop her off. I know they said, no, they will do that, obviously, but that's where I am, where I feel the roles have reversed, and I'm the parent asking her, Mom, have you taken your pills? That's also the thing. She needs to take pills at certain times of the day. And then she keeps forgetting when to take them. And I've put in reminders on her phone to make like quite big alarms, not just like a little ping, but like that she hears it. And then she's maybe on the phone, or she's somewhere else, and her phone isn't always with her. She doesn't hear it, and yeah. So when is that point when you're like, Mom, you can now be mad at me, but it's no longer about what you want, okay? You are now going to do this. And I feel like that was how it was when I was small, and I wanted a sweetie, and they said, no, you can't have it, trying to teach me that I can't always have everything I want, or you can get it, but you need to do some chores and you buy it out of your own pocket money, or they were teaching me lessons. So I was, since my dad died a year and a half ago, I've been teaching my mom. But it's repetitive teaching, because she doesn't listen, or it doesn't stay in there. Then I tell her, okay, write it down, and then she forgets where the book is, where she wrote it down. Or yeah, it's repetitive teaching. at a point where my patience is being stretched to the limit, and she says to me, but I mustn't like scold her. I was looking for the word now, sorry. You guys know English isn't my first language. I mustn't scold her. And I tell her, but I'm not scolding you, Mom. It's not my intention. My intention is that you listen. I'm trying to help and protect you. Like, you need to listen. And yeah. I think people that don't have elderly parents yet doesn't know what I'm talking about. Those of you that do knows what I'm talking about. But it's difficult because my parents got me late, so they're old. But I'm not that old. And we don't even have kids yet of our own, me and my husband. We're still, that's still in the future. And I have to take on a mother role. And yeah, it's difficult. That's what I'm saying. Like my previous boss, when my dad passed, he said to me, oh, you know what, my dad also passed, but it's for the best. He's not in pain anymore. I moved on. I'm like, you're like in your 50s. You have like a wife, kids, like a house full of people that you can focus your attention on, and like, yeah, like you've probably dealt with death in the family before or whatever. This is the first time in my adult life where I've had to deal with a close family member's death. I don't have any grandparents, and I was still in school when they passed. So I remember being at the funerals, but I was always consoled by my dad. Yeah, and now I don't have that support. So that really made me very upset when my previous boss told me that. Like, don't compare me to your circumstances. This is first time for me. I need to do all of this on my own. Oh, and you also have siblings. I don't even have freaking siblings. Like, I'm an only child. Yeah. I had to figure everything out. And I'm still figuring stuff out, but it is what it is. So tell me about your parents, your circumstances. Can you relate to any of this? I think a few of you I know like have maybe grandparents and stuff that you were very close to and also went through their passing, and it was pretty bad. So I don't know how it feels to lose a grandparent, because my whole like common sense life I didn't have any, so I was too small like to really understand death and be affected by it. But I know that now if I should have lost one of them too, it would have hit me hard, especially if you're close to them. But yeah, that's just a bit of family update going on. I'm starting work next week. New job, remember. Bit nervous, but yeah, also excited. Sorry about that. One of the neighbors just blew their car horn. Oh, I'm very excited because I'm getting some packages this week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. There's 3 at my local post office, guys. My South African friends. Do you know what a rare occasion that is to know that there's 3 international packages waiting at the post office? Oh my goodness. I am looking forward to go and pick them up. I'm going tomorrow because I have to go out an appointment, and then I'm gonna go and pick that up in the same time. Is it gonna sound terrible if I say I'm not sure what everything is? I'm not sure what everything is. I told you there was a time in December or start of January where there was a lot of like after Christmas sales going on, and I bought a few things from Etsy and like diamond painting accessories and stuff like that. I also ordered my first custom diamond painting, also from a place overseas, just to experience different diamond painting experiences, seeing that my favorite diamond painting company is no longer shipping to South Africa. It's the one that I'm currently working on. So Diamond Art Club isn't shipping to South Africa anymore. So you have to go the long and expensive route if you want to order something from them now. So yeah, trying out other options and sharing them with you as well. But where something is not something that I feel I can show on here, then I will just talk about it and not show it necessarily. So yeah, we'll see when one of those get here. I have a feeling that one of my customs, as I ordered 2, it's one of them. Then I'm going to be a bit bummed because I ordered 2 from the same place overseas, and the one coming directly to me and the one I sent to a parcel forwarding company, because I wanted to see which one got to me first. And the reason being that I was scared the one coming to me directly might go through our post office, because when I ask people overseas, okay, you guys are using USPS, I please want a carrier, don't say courier to them, that's a local term we use. So I want to use a carrier, a door-to-door or a post office to door, whatever, but it needs to come to me, like FedEx. I've started saying like I want to use FedEx. It's not necessarily that I want to use them, because they're not always the cheapest option, but I want just not that it goes through our postal services. No, it won't go through your postal services. This one came all the way from China, so it says CNE, Chinese something logistics, whatever company, and I didn't think it would go through the post office, and it looks like it did. So if I'm correct in what one of the packages is, so I'll let you know. But yeah, I'm still waiting for it to arrive at the parcel forwarding company, the other one, and then also some other stuff that I want to group ship together. So oh my gosh, I was talking a lot now and I didn't realize. Do you see this? We finished. Oh my goodness. That was the last. This is so satisfying. This was, oh my gosh, guys, we are done with this painting. We are done with Beautifully Broken. Boom, mic drop. Okay, alrighty. Guys, next time I'm gonna do a post review and we're gonna do my journal logbook. I will try and speak and not do an ASMR. You can tell me what you like, but it's difficult for me to, I'll see, because that's something that I have to think about, like the stickers I use and what comments I want to note down. But this one has quite a few comments I want to note in my journal logbook. So we are going to talk about that in the post review video. But thank you so much for joining me on this one, and let me leave you with a look at the little sticker sheet and my beautiful diamond painting pen, and my very cute macaroon cover minder. And guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, love you, bye. Mwah.